Oh, you thought the Harris family was all about Southern charm, Grammy Awards, and wholesome reality TV moments. Think again because, baby, this ain't family hustle. This is family hostel. King Harris has officially lit the match. And now T.I. and Tiny's empire is burning hotter than a Georgia. Summer barbecue gone wrong. What started as a petty back and forth just exploded into a full-blown family war. And the receipts, the videos, and the live stream shade are messier than a Zeus Network reunion. We're talking, yelling, accusations, tears, and one massive question. How did one of hip-hop's most respected families turn into the next Kardashian-level circus? Behind the fame, behind the mansions, behind the King of the South image, there's chaos. King Harris ain't holding back, Tiny's losing patience, and T.I. He's trying to keep the brand alive while his household goes up in smoke. And trust me, what's happening behind those mansion gates makes Hollywood scandals look like Sunday school. So buckle up, because the Harris dynasty just cracked open, and the truth leaking out. It's ugly, raw, and way deeper than anyone expected. Welcome to Expose Express, where no secret stays buried. It all started with a live stream. Not a press conference, not a TMZ report, nope, just a casual, chaotic Instagram live where King Harris decided to air out the kind of family drama that most people would need therapy to unpack. The kid who once looked like the quiet, slightly mischievous son of hip-hop royalty suddenly turned into the main character of a generational soap opera. There he was, iced out. Shirt off, attitude turned all the way up, declaring to the world that he's not living in his parents' shadow anymore. He said what most celebrity kids only think. Y'all don't know me. I came from the streets too. And boom, the internet caught fire. Because, let's be real, when a multi-million-dollar mansion baby claims street cred, the internet doesn't forgive or forget. Within minutes, TikTok had remixed his rant into 1,000 memes. Twitter renamed him King Cap. And YouTube reactors were eating good. But what made this whole situation viral wasn't just King's outburst, it was T.I. and Tiny's reaction. You could feel that the parents were holding back decades of frustration, embarrassment, and disbelief. T.I., the same man who once rapped about handling beef like a boss, was suddenly stuck dealing with beef at his own dinner table. Tiny tried to calm things down like every mom, in every black family ever. Boy, you better watch your tone before you lose more than your fans. But King, he doubled down. He said, I was raised in the trenches. Not this rich stuff y'all keep talking about. The internet went ballistic because how does a kid who literally grew up on reality TV talk about surviving the trenches? People started digging up clips from T.I. and Tiny, the family hustle showing King. It's a goofy little kid doing school projects, going on stage with his dad and taking family trips to Disney World. Commenters were ruthless, bro. The only trenches you know are the ones in the backyard pool. And yet, here's where it gets wild. King wasn't lying, at least not entirely. People close to him started dropping quiet hints that King had been trying to prove himself outside the family's fame for years. Sneaking out, hanging with street dudes, recording underground music, even getting into fights just to earn a reputation beyond T.I.'s son. It's that classic celebrity kid curse, born into luxury, but desperate to earn authenticity. And that's where the first leak hit. Someone, nobody knows who, dropped an unreleased clip of T.I. confronting King at a studio. T.I. is seen telling him, "You ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody. You already got the crown, son." But King fires back, "That's your crown, not mine." Boom. One sentence turned into the headline of the week. Every blog from the Shade Room to Hollywood Unlocked grabbed it like a lifeline. King Harris rejects T.I.'s legacy. That's your crown, not mine. Suddenly, this wasn't just family drama. It became a generational rebellion. Fans started picking sides. Some were like, let the boy live, T.I. trying to control him. Others clapped back. You can't yell from the mud when you were raised in a mansion with security guards. And as the comments poured in, King kept fueling the fire. He went live again, this time saying his parents don't understand the real world. He laughed at the idea of being rich and soft. He said, "Y'all think money make you real? I've been in situations where that money couldn't save me." You could practically hear T.I.'s blood pressure spike from across Atlanta now. This is where the real cracks started showing. Industry insiders whispered that T.I. had been trying to rebrand the family image for years. From the messy headlines of the past to the clean, business-savvy empire vibe, Tiny was focusing on her career and her image as the loyal matriarch. They were selling success and redemption, but King was out here turning that PR polish into viral dust. And behind the scenes, the tension wasn't new. People who've been around the Harris family for years said this has been building since King hit his teenage years. He never wanted to be the celebrity son. He wanted to be the rapper, the fighter, the real one. But every time he stepped out, people would remind him, "You're T.I.'s boy." That label eats away at kids like him. It's fame's cruel trick. You get the spotlight, but none of the respect. Then came the night that broke the internet, the infamous restaurant argument. A viral clip showed King yelling at his dad, claiming he had to struggle too, while T.I. tried to calm him down, saying, "You ain't been through what you think you've been through." You could see Tiny in the background, torn between embarrassment and heartbreak. The clip ended with King storming off, muttering something about not being fake. Within an hour, social media turned into a courtroom. Is King Harris spoiled or misunderstood? Did T.I. fail as a father or just raise a rebel? Everyone had an opinion, and none of them were gentle. Even celebrities jumped in. Boosie Bottas, never one to stay quiet, posted a laughing emoji and said, "Man, these new generation kids trippin'. You got a silver spoon, not a pistol." But while the memes kept rolling, the story behind closed doors got darker. Rumors surfaced that King had been clashing with his team, refusing advice and cutting off old friends. He wanted to go solo, no family help, no celebrity handouts. He even turned down a collaboration offer that T.I. allegedly lined up, saying, "I don't need nobody to vouch for me." And this is where it stopped being funny and started being tragic. Because for all the jokes online, it was still a son versus father showdown. A kid trying to prove his identity in a world where his last name overshadows everything. The crazy part, T.I. himself has always been the definition of self-made. A man who built his career from the ground up. But now, he's watching his own son fight the same war backward, trying to tear down the privilege just to prove he's real. It's poetic, it's painful, and it's PR suicide all at once by the time that week ended. The Harris family wasn't just trending, they were under a microscope. Every old interview, every lyric, every post was being dissected like evidence in a celebrity trial. The fans weren't watching a father and son anymore, they were watching a brand crumble in real time, and as King's name kept climbing trending charts. One thing became clear, this wasn't just another viral moment. This was the Harris family civil war. Because if King Harris was willing to go this far on camera, imagine what's happening behind those mansion doors when the cameras turn off. And trust me, it's about to get even messier. The internet has a way of turning family drama into a full-blown festival, and the Harris family just became the headliners. The moment that restaurant argument clip hit the timeline, social media treated it like the Super Bowl of dysfunction. Memes dropped faster than T.I.'s mixtapes in 2006. Twitter was vibrating with chaos. One post read, "King Harris arguing about struggle while wearing $30,000 in jewelry. This generation is different." Another said, "T.I. raised Clifford Jr., not King Von." Within hours, the Harris family name was trending in 17 states. News outlets that usually cover presidential elections suddenly cared deeply about Atlanta family dinners. Even blogs that hadn't mentioned T.I. in years jumped back on the bandwagon. And the wild part, King Harris loved it. He went live again, smirking like he'd just dropped a diss track. He said, "Everybody talking about me? Good. Keep watching." Meanwhile, T.I. tried to do damage control, but in true dad fashion, he made it worse. He went on live with that disappointed parent energy, saying my son a good kid, but sometimes you've got to let young men learn the hard way. He probably thought he sounded wise. The internet, however, thought he sounded like a politician explaining a scandal. He talking like King got impeached. One commenter wrote, Tiny tried to play peacemaker, posting a family throwback pic with the caption, "We love our son no matter what." It was wholesome. Until King reposted it with the eye roll emoji. The disrespect was louder than his dad's ad-libs on Rubber Band Man. And that's when the celebrity circus started. Boosie, always the self-appointed mayor of chaos, went on IG Live saying, "King trippin' man. You can't claim trenches when your daddy a legend." Then Charleston White hopped in and called King the new Ya Morant of rap kids, sparking a whole side war. Even 50 Cent threw a subtle jab on Twitter. Kids these days beefing with their parents, like it's PowerBook V. It was open season and the Harris name was the main course. The memes got meaner. TikTok creators started reenacting the restaurant fight with plastic crowns and fake accents. One viral skit showed King Harris arguing with T.I., while a tiny look-alike sprayed holy water. Commenters laughed, cried, and threw digital popcorn. But beneath all that entertainment was something way darker. The real cracks in the family were now public property, because the more King posted, the more he revealed. Screenshots surfaced of text messages allegedly between King and his dad, where King wrote, "I ain't no lil boy you can control," and I replied, "But you acting like one?" The authenticity of the messages. Who knows? But in the internet age, truth doesn't matter. Screenshots do. And when King dropped a snippet of an unreleased track titled "Crown Don't Fit," fans lost their minds. The lyrics. "They want me to smile for the cameras, but I'm tired of pretending daddy want respect, but he'd forget where I'm from. It's different." Everyone thought it was a direct shot at T.I. The blogs went nuclear. One outlet even called it the diss track that broke a dynasty. But what people didn't know is that behind the scenes, things were spiraling. A source close to the family said that T.I. had pulled King aside and told him to chill before this gets ugly. King apparently responded, "It's already ugly." And he wasn't wrong. Tiny's friends reportedly begged her to make him delete the lives, the rants, the tracks, anything. But King wasn't hearing it. He told people they made their careers off the cameras. Now it's my turn. The internet smelled blood. Podcasts began debating whether King Harris was the next celebrity meltdown or the realest Harris alive. YouTubers with microphones from Amazon started analyzing every frame of that restaurant video like it was the Zapruder film. "Notice how Tiny looks away here," one said. "That's the body language of a mom who knows the tea." Even other celebrity kids started chiming in. Reginae Carter, Lil Wayne's daughter, reportedly posted, "Some of us grew up famous, but stayed grounded." Fans connected the dots instantly. Shade. Definitely dot. Then came the ultimate twist. Rumors started swirling that King was about to sign with a rival label, one that had previously beefed with T.I.'s brand. The headlines wrote themselves. King Harris breaking away from his father's empire. True, this wasn't just rebellion. This was a corporate coup. The Harris name was now both a crown and a curse. And through it all, King kept feeding the narrative. He didn't go quiet. He turned up. In one clip, he said, "People love seeing me crash out, but I'm just being me." The quote became a meme, then a t-shirt, then a TikTok sound. His words were viral currency now. Every meltdown, every bar, every side-eye was content. Meanwhile, T.I. and Tiny were reportedly begging him to chill behind closed doors. But here's the thing. Once the internet tastes scandal, it doesn't let go. You can't put toothpaste back in the tube, and you definitely can't put drama back in the mansion and the streets of Atlanta. Divided, half the folks said T.I. needed to tighten up his household. The other half said King's just young and misunderstood. One barbershop clip went viral, where a dude said, "Man, if my pops was T, I'd be chillin' in a Lambo. Not arguing about the trenches." Other guy shot back, "Yeah, but that's the point when you're born in luxury. You crave struggle because it's the only thing you never had. Deep, right? The hood philosophers were working overtime. By now, King's social media numbers were skyrocketing. Every outburst gained him new followers, new haters, new clout. And whether T.I. liked it or not, his son was becoming a brand. But brands built on chaos. They burn fast. And soon the internet's fascination was shifting from entertainment to concern. Was King spiraling? Was this just teenage rebellion or something darker? A cry for help buried under diamonds and designer. Tiny reportedly broke down in tears during a family meeting. T.I. tried to hold the line, saying, "We family, we've gone fix this in private." But how do you fix something when millions of people are watching like it's pay-per-view? The Harris family wasn't just trending, they were unraveling in real time. Every post, every lyric, every comment was gasoline on a fire that used to be Atlanta royalty. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get worse, a new video surfaced. King in a car, talking directly to the camera, saying, "I ain't apologizing for being me. If you scared of real talk, that's your problem." That's when people realized this wasn't just rebellion. This was transformation. The prince of the Harris dynasty had declared independence. But the deeper he stepped into this new persona, the more people started asking, how far is he willing to go? Because every time King Harris goes live, a new piece of the family legacy dies a little. And trust me, what happens next? It'll make this look like the calm before the storm, the morning after the chaos. Atlanta felt quieter, but it wasn't peace. It was that eerie calm that comes after a storm wrecks the neighborhood and everyone's just standing outside, staring at the damage. The Harris family wasn't trending for music, awards, or business deals anymore. They were trending for implosion. T.I. had gone from rap legend to viral dad meme overnight. The clip of him trying to reason with King became motivational remix material, edited with sad violins, slow-motion tears, and captions like, "When your son beefs harder than your old ops." The internet doesn't care about reputations. It cares about content. And now the Harris family was a content goldmine. But behind the scenes, this wasn't entertainment, it was heartbreak. Tiny, the woman who once held the whole brand together, was reportedly done with the cameras. She stopped posting, stopped commenting, and started doing what most moms do when things get too loud: praying for silence. But silence doesn't sell. And the internet wasn't done eating. Then came the interview. You know, the one every family wishes they could stop before it happens. King Harris sat down on a podcast, shades on, hoodie up, attitude locked in, and decided to clear the air. Except, clearing the air turned into spraying gasoline. He said, "I respect my pops, but he don't understand me. He don't know what it's like growing up with his name, but none of his respect." The host nearly choked on his mic. The comment section lit up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. Some said, "Finally, the kid's speaking his truth." Others said, "Bro, your dad is literally a legend. What more respect do you want?" But that was the problem. King didn't want T.I.'s respect. He wanted the world's respect. And that's something you can't inherit. Within hours, clips from that interview hit every blog imaginable. The title alone read like a movie poster. King Harris exposes family pressure, says he's done being controlled. The narrative had shifted. This wasn't just father-son drama anymore. This was a public rebellion. The prince had dethroned himself. And T.I., oh, he felt it. Insiders said he was furious but heartbroken. One close friend claimed I told him I built something for my kids to be proud of, not to destroy it." But King wasn't backing down. His defiance had turned into identity. Every controversy, every headline, every diss, it made him feel more real. Than the dominoes started falling. Brands began quietly backing away from the family image deals. Reality TV producers stopped calling. Interviews that once celebrated the Harris legacy were now asking, is this the end of hip-hop's royal family? Tiny tried to patch things up, posting a soft message about family love and forgiveness. But King ignored it. Instead, he dropped a teaser for his next single, Royal pain, the cover art. A golden crown shattered in half. The lyrics, even worse. They gave me fame, but took my peace, told me smile, but chained the beast. You could practically hear T.I. groaning from his office. The boy wasn't just rebelling, he was marketing it. This wasn't teenage angst anymore. This was a brand war. But here's the irony that broke the internet's heart. The same people laughing at King started feeling sorry for him. Fans began digging deeper into old interviews, noticing moments where King looked uncomfortable or frustrated, trying to speak while his parents talked over him. Suddenly, the narrative flipped from spoiled kid to silenced kid. Think about it. Growing up with cameras in your face, a famous dad, a known mom, a million expectations, and still feeling unseen. That pressure can turn diamonds into dust. And for King Harris, that's exactly what happened. T.I. tried to save face with one final move. A heartfelt video saying, "At the end of the day, that's my son. We've on figure it out, even if it takes time." It was mature. It was humble. It was also way too late. The damage had already been screenshotted, edited, remixed, and archived forever. By now, even the biggest blogs had shifted tone. Headlines went from King Harris Wild's out to the price of fame, how family hustle fell apart. Everyone wanted to sound deep now that the chaos had calmed. But those who'd watched from the start knew this wasn't healing. This was aftermath. King stayed quiet for a few weeks. Then, out of nowhere, he appeared at a small Atlanta show. No entourage, no parents, no filters. He performed his new song Crown Don't Fit to a packed local crowd that screamed every word. You could see it in his face. This wasn't about fame anymore. It was about freedom. Backstage, one reporter asked if he'd ever reconcile with his parents. King paused, smirked, and said, "They raised a king. Now they've got to deal with one." Mic drop. The internet went wild again. But this time, it wasn't just jokes. It was divided admiration. Because love him or hate him, King Harris had done what every celebrity kid dreams of. He'd broken free from the family name. But at what cost? The Harris family brand is still standing. But barely. Their mansion isn't a home anymore. It's a museum of memories. Silence and lessons learned the hard way. T.I. built an empire, but his son built his own battlefield. Tiny's still the peacekeeper, caught between a king and a crown that no longer fits. And the fans? They're still watching, refreshing, waiting. Because this story isn't over. Not even close. Family wars like this don't end with apologies. They end with time. And sometimes, more drama. And if the whispers are true, that T.I. and King might be facing off musically next year, then buckle up. Because the Harris Civil War 2.0 might just be on the horizon. And there you have it. The royal family of Atlanta has turned their family tree into a ticking time bomb. King Harris didn't just shake the table, he flipped it, broke it, and walked off like he owned the furniture store. T.I. and Tiny can pretend everything's fine. But the internet's already renamed this saga the Family Hustle, the Explosive Edition. So here's the real question. Is this just another celebrity meltdown? Or the beginning of a full-on family revolution? Because if King's next track actually fires shots at his dad, we might be witnessing hip-hop's first father-son rap war in real time. And I don't know about you, but I'm bringing popcorn. Let's be honest, this whole drama makes the Kardashians look like choir practice. One minute, it's family bonding. The next, it's Maury meets love and hip-hop, Atlanta. You can't script this type of chaos unless you're us. Now, before you dive into the comment section, ready to pick sides, do me a favor. Smash that like button like it owes you child support. Drop your take below. Is King speaking truth or just chasing clout? And hit that subscribe button because, trust me, the next scandal, it's already brewing. And when it hits, we'll be here with the receipts, the sarcasm, and the smoke dot, because at Expose Express, we don't just spill tea, we pour gasoline on it. Stay tuned. Stay messy, and remember, in the world of fame, family, and filters, every crown comes with a price. This was Expose Express, where every secret gets served hot. See you in the next explosion. Next explosion.